think that one I'm actually a little passionate about that one, yeah. Because it have to do with an artist where for years I kind of give flack. I never really did rate him. See? But it come full circle. And after communicating with both yourself and other colleagues, and some introduction to even some more of his work. But I like the artist, I like the kind of work we put up. Mm-hmm. The artist I'm talking about is the strongest soldier artist. The artist where the strongest soldier get the hardest fight.
Boss.
Exactly. Jahmiel. Yeah. So, socially people seen, you must have seen it over the past week or so. Jahmiel gets baptized. Yes. Right? How are you feeling about his newfound faith and the fact that him either look or seem Rastafarian? Some people might say man dread. I don't know what to call it. Right? Mm-hmm. I don't know what to categorize him as, but on the face of it, I saw or see a Rasta. But I've been seeing comments out there socially like, Rasta get baptized, what go on with that and all these things. So Oliver, take it away. Let me know your feelings and thoughts on this.
I guess first and foremost, big respect to the artist, Jahmiel. Whatever he's going through, whatever journey he's on that has got him to this point where he feels the need to get baptized. All right? So I'm not here to chastise him for the most part. However, I'm going to give my input on the situation as well as the broader situation and issues surrounding this. The first one that come to mind, like others, when I saw that he got baptized, I was somewhat confused because I felt like, okay, Rastafarianism is its own religion unless he's not a Rasta, right?
Yeah.
Then I said, Rasta have to get baptized? I'm confused. I've never seen that before, where Rastafarians in the culture or whatever need to get baptized. I think, and we'd like to get comments from people within the organization and the faith and the religion of Rastafarians, if they can comment. But I've never seen that. I know they do read the Bible, right? But I don't understand why, if you're a Christian, you need to get baptized. No, okay.
Let's say Rasta, you mean.
Right, correct. Thank you. Now, if he's just a dread, right? What does that say then about people? Because I think with something that we keep seeing over and over, where a lot of people are going under the wool, as they would say, right, in our culture.
Yeah.
Right? Are they real Rastafarians, or are they using the Rastafarian thing as a marketing tool or something to boost their career? Right?
To be clear, I don't remember ever seeing anywhere Jahmiel declaring that he's Rasta.
Okay.
I don't remember seeing that anywhere. But your question valid. Your question
I'm going because of the appearance.
Right.
So
and then it connected to reggae or dancehall music, which that's connected to the reggae and dancehall culture, which is hugely influenced by Rastas over the years.
Right. And I mean, artists can do whatever they want, right?
Right.
But the question that comes to my mind then is, should Rastafarians be more careful of whoever coming under the wool? Is there a way to control that? Can it be controlled? That not each and everyone can proclaim or ras up and use our... And I'm not saying this is what Jahmiel is doing, but get certain benefits of being perceived as a Rastafarian.
Yes. Overs, I understand you completely.
Should that be allowed?
I think that's a difficult question, because I don't even think the Rasta themselves are the quote-unquote real Rasta them, whoever those people are classified as, can stop any of this. I don't think so. The reason specifically why I don't think so is Rasta is very diverse. Yes. The Rastafarian faith is very diverse. You have different tribes. I can't name all of them because he's not a Rasta. I know you have Bobo,
tribe, Naya being
right. All right. me can't even go into the other rest. And you have some people who follow it maybe loosely, just like they follow other religions loosely. As a matter of fact, we define it as a religion because if we probably look it up on Google too, they're going to say it is a religion.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But if you speak to some Rastas, they might tell us it's not a religion, it's a way of life. Because you can't look anywhere specifically to define what Rastafari is. Right. Other than where some people write on the internet or Wikipedia say Rasta is, and then people that most likely are not even Rasta. Mm-hmm. You get where I come from? Mm-hmm. So, look, one thing I want to say, I'm not, like you mentioned here, to bash Jahmiel. Jahmiel make a decision for his life, a life-changing decision, and it's his life. Who knows what he's going through? Well, it's his choice as to what he wants to do with his life.
I'm glad you touched on what he's going through, because he has not been 100% clear either on what he's doing. And he has the right to. He doesn't have to tell us exactly what caused him to get to this point. But we've seen the articles saying he had a near-death experience. He's done a few interviews, and the most I've seen him say, and correct me if I'm wrong, people, if you have additional info, drop them in the comments.
Yeah.
He said it was a spiritual warfare. And if I can just recap.
What does that mean, though? Before spiritual warfare? What that like?
Very vague. It's a very vague term, and I'm going to get into that.
Like what, Obia or something like that?
I would assume are to some degree. I don't know. However, he said a reader person came to his house and told him. That told him that great tribulation coming his way and danger and maybe even death if he doesn't watch himself or change his life, right?
Uh-huh.
He said 2 or 3 weeks later, then a situation occurred that took him to death's bed. That were his words. For me, if you say death's bed, to me, that signals that you were very critical, right?
Right.
So I thought, was it a hold-up thing with gun?
Yeah.
Or you crash? Or what happened?
Yeah,
exactly. Nothing like that. It was not even a disease. He said he had his hair falling out. He was seeing things, and it felt like it was a spiritual warfare, right? They asked him, the follow-up question was, did you get to the hospital? He said no. He went to church before he got to hospital, and he started feeling better once he got in the church. No, I'm not going to question any man. I don't know. But deathbed and you didn't make it to the hospital seem a little contrived, right? No, however, to me, I'm telling you, it suggested to me and sound like he might have had some kind of panic attack or anxiety attack or some kind of mental stuff going on with him, exhaustion or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if people understand it. I think Jamaica has not come to grips with talking about mental health.
Yes.
And I don't even want to be the first, or not say the first, but one of the few that out there would bring this up, because I know in the comments we might end up getting chastised for this. But
I mean, so
everything is not spiritual warfare, Andy.
True, because just for people that have what you just said. So the least look thing a man I go say, yo, well, anything where them understand, a man I go say, yo, man them a work for me, the man them a hobby me, the man them a fight against me, them a do all type of things. Just because a lot of undiagnosed things people start speculating on and assuming is all types of witchcraft and connect it to spirituality when they don't understand it.
Right. And I think because of our culture, if you even mention that you're going through certain things, people will say you're crazy, right?
Sure.
Things happen to Terrafabulous, Fabidali, big up the artists, both artists.
Yeah.
We heard certain rumors circulating, people do this, people do that to them.
Yeah.
Not saying that can't happen, but there are also mental issues that cause people to not be able to hold firm. And that's nothing against those artists.
Yeah, no fault of the artists themselves.
Right. But remember a few episodes back, we said a lot of times we believe personally from this show that why some of our artists might not be able to excel, they might lack the physical, right, spiritual and emotional strength that it requires to go out on the road and live the life of an artist.
Exactly.
Life and requirements in Jamaica is not the same as international. We know this even from a basic level, Randy. The work where you or I do or any other Jamaican in America, right? We go Jamaica, it's not the same level. Right? We come here, we have to turn it up another notch, right? And I'm sure if you ask some of these Jamaicans, they'll tell you they understand what. They'll probably keep it a secret, but I'm sure a lot of them will tell you they've experienced anxiety, panic attacks, certain other, we call it mental breakdown, right?
Look, well, I know, Oliver, and this is not to discredit hardworking people in
and
Jamaica.
I'm not discrediting Jahmiel or saying this is what's going on with him.
Yeah. I discredit hardworking people. Are discrediting hardworking people in Jamaica because some of them will say...
No, we're not saying that.
They will say we have got bullshit.
No, but there are levels, there are hard workers there too. I'm not saying that, I'm just saying the pace here is a little different.
Exactly.
Pace can be a lot for some people.
Yes.
And in the industry here especially, we're talking about the music industry. It's a lot more fast-paced. There's a lot more deadlines, and there's a lot more people you have to answer to, right?
Like I said, for instance, a man have 3-4 shows per week. I hear some artists that suffer from exhaustion, a man collapse, all type of thing. Just think about that. If that were to happen in Jamaica, them would I say, oh, boy, then do something to be in a scene, just collapse. Maybe, whatever the case may be. And it could be exhaustion, it could be stress.
And Jahmiel did say he was doing 2 to 3 shows a week. Right. Now, I ask you this, Randy, and then I'll let you comment.
Yeah.
Can stress and anxiety and all these things cause you hair to fall out?
Of course. Okay. I mean, look, hold on. I'm about that up.
That's one of the first signs, actually.
Yeah, so I'm back that up. When I say back it up, I bring it back, dial it back. I'm not qualified to answer that question because I'm not in the medical field.
Right.
But from my experience and what I've seen,
that's what I meant.
Yes, it can cause that to happen. Why don't I?
So people see things as well.
Of course, hallucinate.
Okay.
Your system weak, especially if you're under the sacrament, maybe you're going to smoke a look at one spliff one thing. And
diet at the time is,
your diet right. You know what I mean? Things start affect you worse than they used to before. And take it like this. If you're always on the go, maybe 7-8 times out of 10, you not eat right. Because you not find the right food to eat. You not go any place go eat nothing. You know what I mean? So your structure, your nutrition is kind of... Huh?
You're out late.
Yes, exactly. To bring this full circle, people, because I don't want to stretch this out too much. Just even discussing this Jahmiel situation and the baptism and Rastafarianism and Christianity and everything. With everything else we see go on, it's like my big question is, what really are going on with Rasta? Saying, I would like a Rasta man or somebody will practice if to communicate and talk to about this, because we're not just specifically pinpoint Jahmiel. You have Phantom Moja out there.
As soon as I said that, I me laugh, call me a thing about, am I pum pum? I'm like,
you have Phantom Moja out there.
And Peanut Dread, when I say, you look like you sell me out.
Yo, all right, you see it? And I watch this now. A lot of Rastafarians now appreciate that because they might feel like we are really ridicule Rasta. We're really cool.
We're not.
No, but you know why they might sensitive to that? Over the years, or even from us coming from Jamaica, we know of police beating Rasta Rasta if you go through a certain type of living or liberty. We've heard and know about these things, bro.
Lieutenant teach song they say. Not to judge them about serious type of living. When Babylon sing on the street now.
All right. You see me?
Yeah.
So,
young
and
people
them song there from where boy.
Was a major hit.
Repeat that?
I was saying the young people should go check out that Lieutenant Stitchy. That was a major hit.
Yeah, definitely.
Big
definitely. So not only is it seem like maybe Jahmiel asleep, me Fantan Moja, and enough people have said him definitely do a 180 in turn around, turn back, right? Enough people probably would have said maybe question Buju and Spragga based off of how them a move and the things them a say. Because some people probably have said Spragga now or Raska am a bad man or whatever the case may be. People make judgments, me don't know. Then some people might say we can't hold up Buju as the ultimate representation for Rasta because
of his part.
Exactly.
And it's not us. These are things people are saying, people. Look, but one thing I want to say before we go as well, Randy.
Mm-hmm.
Does this mean that he's going to be going to church every week now?
Jahmiel?
Like, how far does this... Like, I'm curious. When he performs, I mean, I know he has a catalog of positive records.
Right.
Does this mean his lifestyle is going to change? Because step on the road as an artist, there's a lot of pitfalls and temptations.
But my question that, I don't know how we're going to pivot from this or change because...
We've seen other artists do it and then do a complete 180 like you just said.
Yeah.
Lady Saw, Papa San, Lieutenant Stitchy that we meant.
Yeah.
They stopped doing reggae and dancehall music. They only do religious gospel songs, right? The same for Vegas for the short period. He was a Christian.
So you feel like Jahmiel got to do gospel music now?
It will be the first for me in my recent memory that somebody got baptized and still stick to their whole catalog. To me, it's no different than, look, when Buju moved over to Rastafarian, he kind of got rid of, for the most part, his old catalog. Buju, and this, I'm segueing, but just to point to big up Buju, he can actually perform as two separate artists for 2 hours. Right?
Correct.
Him and Capleton.
Yes.
I don't want to leave Capleton out of that. Can probably perform for 2 hours. And honorable mention to Spragga. Spragga can probably perform as two separate artists for a long time.
Definitely. Me I look back on Jahmiel, when you even bring up them catalog, me I gotta tell you this about Jahmiel work. And me I got question again. Could this be the reason? Jahmiel has been putting out, aside from him songs them where counter gonna go at other artists, somewhat clash or competition that will exist in a dancehall. He put out a whole heap of positive songs.
Right.
And when you get into the nitty-gritty of some of them songs, he really do some good music. It's just that it no controversial, it not sexy to some people. People don't gravitate to it because they would rather hear, like the controversial stuff like sex, money, and drugs, all them type of stuff there.
Yeah.
If you really dig deep though, Jahmiel's been doing music that I believe have a whole heap of substance, but people just not gravitating to it. So could this be the reason? Huh?
I'm a fan of the artist, so yeah.
So could this be the reason then, Oliver? Could this be the reason why, with everything on the pandemic, him under pressure and he might not see what he needs to see and he decides to say, yo, you know what? Bump this, yo. The stresses of everything and just we ease the pressure. Because we see a whole heap of them, when them come under some pressure, them easily just run to Christianity. Could it be the same reason?
I don't know. And this is, go back to what we said earlier. I think our artists need to actually think about that. Their physical, spiritual, and emotional strength. Because too often we have artists get to a certain level And it seems to me that their cracks are something exposed within their built.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So we want to say about Shaggy and Sean Paul. But to me, those are two artists, Shabba Ranks as well, that didn't seem to fall with when all of the glitz and glamour came. And I'm just want the artists them to realize that your mental health is important.
Very.
And I'm not saying that's what Jahmiel issue is on people. I've said before, a lot of times when we speculate, I'm speculating on a broader, not the actual artist himself, right, Jahmiel. I am not a doctor. I was not there. I don't know exactly what occurred to him.
Right.
And people, when you comment, watch the entire video, people. Don't just pick the heading or a little snippet and run with that. Please, if you have the time, just watch the entire video. You'll realize that most of the time what we're saying, we're giving you different angles. We're not just saying one thing and sticking to that, right?
And we are trying to give a perspective to that's broad enough for you to get an understanding if you didn't already have an understanding of reggae, dancehall, Jamaican culture. You know what I mean? One other thing we did want to say in relationship to this, since we did connect Rasta in it, is and the Christianity part, right? We can't say Rasta not connected to Christianity. We can't say that neither. You know why we can't say that? Because Haile Selassie, you know, the leader, the people who most people look up to as maybe the second coming in a Rasta, was the leader of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. And the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, of course, is connected to Christianity.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Yes.
So, I mean, we can't separate them. Not only that, Rastas believe in living clean, living naturally. What that mean by, you carry yourself, what you eat and all these things, your appearance. And that's why them knock up them locks. You know what I'm saying? Some might use natural deodorant. Some people might have a problem with that.
What?
But no, and it's not that. It's no.
Thing. I'm
not trying to do that. Yeah. See, but I say all of that to say, again, welcome to Rasta. Welcome to them foundation Rasta, whether that be organization there, where usually there for support, whether that be the artists. Welcome to like Star Trails Records, where we used to hear some great music come out of Star Trails. Welcome to Exterminator Productions. You know what I mean? Welcome to African Star. You see me I say? Over the years where we usually hear good, consistent music coming out of them stable and to come from the Rasta man.
Guys, it's gone. Fatis gone. So a lot of that gone. To me, not saying Sizzla's music is not as impactful, but I saw a difference after Fatis passed away. Because I think for Sizzla, that was the best producer, in my opinion. Him and Fatis used to work magic together.
Right.
And yeah. I don't know, maybe somebody will find out some old Fatis beats.
So I guess the question here, me bringing that up is, what's going on with the producers then? Maybe that's the issue.
Look, I like even some of the newer music will mix up things, right?
Yes.
But I'll tell you what, every now and then, I yearn for hear a one drop. And Jesse Royal album dropped today, I think. I haven't listened to it fully. And I like some of the songs. Sounds are good. Roncos. I like some of these newer artists.
Yeah.
But every now and then, I'm like, what is happening to the traditional roots? Like our one drop sound. Is
like
totally gone? Yeah, I like them, but does that mean the other sound gone forever? I guess it's the same like hip hop, because right now you can't really get a man do a record on a boom bap type thing. They'll be like, yo.
Right.
Move them DJ Premier thing there, yo.
Some trap beat type of thing.
Correct.
Yeah, so everything come full circle, you know, people. And like we've mentioned before, we're not here to bash Jahmiel. We just think it's interesting and as a pivot to start a conversation. And we'd like for you to share in this conversation and share your thoughts and tell us what you think about the situation. If you find it interesting, and if you know somebody who can comment about it, if you know a man where, specifically, me a Rasta then, and him want to come and share him thoughts to educate us. Because I don't know everything. I can't come here and say me I represent Rasta. I'm sure Oliver can come here and say I represent.
No, I'm not proclaiming to know everything.
You see me? Yeah. And we can't even speak for Jahmiel. If Jahmiel was here, what would you want to ask him? To clarify a lot of the stuff that you see going on right now. People interested. There are some people out there that may be easier to get these interviews than us, right? Because them friendly, them in that scope, and them not gonna say certain things. But we endeavor to keep it clear and straight. Say, we're not taking the money under the table. For say whatever we want. So we just want, get people genuine understanding and feeling about reggae and dancehall and Jamaican culture.
Yes, for real.
See? So yes, people, this is the Reggaecy, right? Where we endeavor to preserve the legacy of reggae and dancehall music. Saying Reggaecy is legacy.